Well, a very good evening, everybody, and welcome to St Mary's for tonight's Barclays Under-21 Premier League match between Southampton and Norwich. The first chance I expect for many of you to see how this season's development squad is looking, and a good opportunity to see some of those players who are currently on the fringes of the first team looking to catch Ronald Koeman's eye. Indeed, three of the players starting for Saints tonight were on the bench for Saturday's visit of QPR. Jason McCarthy, Harrison Reed and Matt Targett all featured in Ronald Koeman's side at the weekend, the latter playing stoppage time. Those three start. The full Saints lineup is as follows: Cody Cropper's in goal. The back four from right to left is Jake Flanagan, Jason McCarthy, Will Wood and Matt Targett. The midfield duo of Harrison Reed and Jake Hesketh play in front of them. Ryan Seeger will play just behind the front three of Josh Sims, Omar Rowe and Sam McQueen. The Canaries will line up something like this: Ben Phillips in goal, the defence of Ramsey, McFadden, Basong and Tofolo, midfield of McGrandles, Paul Johnson, Vaddis and Murphy, and up front Gary Hooper will partner Eaton Collins. Down the line, that's a good ball for Omar Rowe. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? He plays it in towards the 6-yard box. It was just a couple of feet ahead of Sam McQueen, who was making the run, but that's a poor bowl out. Omar Rowe picks it up into Seeger. Can he get the shot away? Seeger again, it's blocked by the goalkeeper. That was the first opportunity really for Southampton. Ryan Seeger getting it, but unfortunately couldn't quite nudge the ball past the goalkeeper. Rowe driving towards the corner of the penalty area. Still Saints have got the ball as Reed hits the shot, it deflects and goes in. Harrison Reed has hit a stunner from about 25 yards out. He did it the last time he played here at St Mary's against Newcastle last season, and he's done it again. His second goal at St Mary's, that was a blockbuster from 25 yards out, and it's 1-0.
Great strike from Harrison Reed there. Instantly brought back memories of Newcastle last season. That was a great long distance strike.
First forward, Flanagan might hit a left-footed shot. It was very similar to Harrison Reed's, and this time it was straight at the goalkeeper.
Certainly at it again. He loves bursting up from that right back position. It seemed to work for Jake Flanagan.
Ball into the path of Omar Rowe, running towards the left corner of the penalty area. He's into the box. Omar Rowe plays it across the area, and Sam McQueen couldn't get his foot on it. As he ran in, it will be a goal kick to Norwich. But great play, firstly by Seeger to get the ball out to Rowe, and then Rowe to get the ball into the 6-yard box. It's Harrison Reed over this free kick for Southampton. Reed lofts it in towards the back post. McQueen nods it down, and that's a good shot and a goal from Jason McCarthy. Is it, or is it Reed again? No, it's Jason McCarthy. Who's got his first goal, and he's certainly happy about it. The skipper has come up when trumps when it matters. He's hooked the ball in. Well, initially it looked like Harrison Reed's free kick had possibly gone a little bit too far, but it was McQueen who nodded it back, and McCarthy has struck it in, and Southampton have doubled their lead.
It certainly looked like the way it was scooped up into the air and lofted so high. It looked like he was just going to soar into the stand, or at least just bouncing out of play. But it was great to see it headed back, and look how happy Macca is there just to get on the end of that header.
Here's Cameron King, who went on that good run. He's given the ball away. Josh Sims is in down the middle, or is it Hesketh? Hesketh toe pokes it just past the post. Oh my goodness, Jake Hesketh. Well, he scored 3 times at St Mary's, all of them in the FA Youth Cup last season. He was very close to a 4th goal there, but it went agonisingly past the post.
So agonising, the way he just shaves off the post. You know, that was it was reminiscent of what it was like last season for the under-18s, you know, getting in behind the defenders, making sneaky, clever little runs like that, and it's just a shame that he didn't have the end product to round it off.
Harrison Reed, Rowe, out to Matt Targett, good awareness, good one-touch football. It's McQueen with the header and it's wide. It would have been a brilliant goal. Nice one-touch football from Southampton around the 18-yard box.
Fantastic little bit of interplay there. I think Sam McQueen probably prefers playing in that more reserved position. That gave him the opportunity to burst forward and run onto the end of that, where he might not have previously had that chance to break away from the defenders had he been playing that number 9 role.
Come back to that. Here's the substitute Cameron King. He's got onto his right foot. He's shot straight at Cody Cropper. The save had to be made. Good effort, good save. Here is Sam Gallagher. The keeper's a little bit off his line. Sam Gallagher goes for the ambitious volley. The fans over on the far side, I think it was a little bit further away than they realised, probably about 5 yards wide of the post, but good effort from Sam Gallagher. Say if Norwich are going to get back into this game, then they need to do it pretty quickly. We've got just over 16 minutes to go of normal time here at St Mary's. Southampton leading by 2-0. Here comes the corner, and it's chested down and off the line by Harrison Reed. Excellent play there. I'm not sure who won the header, as a Southampton player stays down in the penalty area. I have seen Matt Targett score a free kick, but that one was about 10 yards closer than this one. if Targett is going to shoot from here, it is incredibly ambitious. He's about 30-35 yards out.
He looks like he wants to here, Tom, as well.
Here comes Targett, deflects against the wall and just goes past the post. Well, the goalkeeper couldn't do much about that. Nearly from Matt Targett, a little bit closer than I was expecting, still 2-0.
A couple of feet to the right and that's a goal. Keeper was certainly taken aback by that massive deflection there, yeah. He got very lucky with that one.
Well, that corner was pretty woeful. In fact, that was the last kick of the game because Southampton have cleared it up to halfway and Southampton have run out 2-0 winners against Norwich City. Harrison Reed with the goal about 12 minutes into the game and Jason McCarthy getting the second just after half-time. The final score here at St Mary's, Southampton Under-21s 2, Norwich Under-21s 0.
So Martin, back to winning ways with a 2-0 victory here tonight. How pleased are you with this performance?
Oh, very pleased. I mean, both halves, we started the game well. They've obviously got quite an experienced team tonight, which was a spur for the players. You know, pitting the wits against first-team players at the stadium. So I was delighted with the performance in general.
I mean, at one end, your defence, you know, they kept Gary Hooper quiet, you know, bags of experience up front as a striker. And at the other end, they gave Sebastian Bassong, an experienced centre-back, plenty of problems.
Well, it certainly did, and we created quite a few chances. I mean, the keeper's made an excellent save from Siegs in the first half. And then obviously getting a goal in each half, particularly the first one, set the tempo. I thought we were a little sloppy towards the end of the first half, but I had a chat about that. And then in the second half, they changed their shape to a diamond. We changed to sort of combat that, to get the full-backs out. And, you know, that worked well. And to get a goal off a set play, Mac was really pleased about that. So, very, very pleasing.
Just how good was Macca tonight? You know, he really marshalled that back line, didn't he? You know, slightly less experienced players like Will Wood around him, but, you know, he really organised it all well, didn't he? Well,
he did, but there's not just Mac. I mean, the whole back four played well. Obviously, Flanny's played in that position sometimes when he's training with the first team, so we want to have a look at him there. But I thought the whole back five defended particularly well. The two lads in front of him, I mean, Harry scored that really good goal to start with. That was pleasing, but it was a team performance, including the two subs that came on.
So, Macca, let me just start by mentioning your first goal for the Under-21s. Can you just sum up how pleased you are with that?
Yeah, delighted. I like to say it's something I've been practicing, but it isn't. Just found myself in the right position at the right time, I guess, and luckily the ball fell to me and I managed to put it away.
Can you just talk us through the goal? Initially, it looked like Harry Reid's free kick was a bit too lofty. It looked like he was just going to soar out of play, but then it eventually fell to you, and it just looked like a bit of almost a floating volley. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, I remember that actually thinking at the time, that ball's going out of play that Rito put into the box. But no, it was a ball that caused problems, and Woody done well against Bassong, I think it was, and managed to outmuscle him and get him off the ball, and luckily I was there to put it away.
You mentioned Bassong as part of that goal.
Yeah.
How pleasing was it for the whole team as a collective tonight, you know, playing against such experienced players and to keep them under wraps, really? You know, like, for example, yourself and Will Wood, you're up against Gary Hooper tonight and you kept him largely very quiet.
Yeah, as you say, it's great for us as an under-21 team, and you get chances like that on the games on Monday, sometimes against the teams that don't have players involved from the first team come play in the under-21s, and it's great for us to play against people that are experienced like Gary Hooper, Bassong. And like you said, I thought me and Woody did well tonight against an experienced player, Gary Hooper, and I think an international as well. So no, I'm delighted with that, and it only bodes well for the future.
Not only that, but the win itself after 2 league losses, you guys must be buzzing, you know, filled with confidence now.
Yeah, definitely. I was with the first team in the last game against Everton, but the boys, I heard, put in a good performance, and it was a young team. But delighted to get the win tonight at St Mary's, and I thought it was a great turnout from the fans as well tonight. So yeah, it's great to get a 2-0 win and 3 points. And
your decision to put Will Wood as a centre-back is looking more and more justified by the game, Martin, wouldn't you say?
Well, he's started really well. We've said that before. He's getting more and more mature. And the thing about Will is he learns quickly. Once he's made a mistake and we sort of iron that out, he doesn't tend to make mistakes. So that's very, very pleasing. And again, there must be something in the water down. It's another left-footed player.
Was this the perfect response to 2 league losses? Was this exactly what you were looking for?
Well, definitely. I mean, some of those players have trained with the first team. It's good to get 90 minutes under the belt. which is very good. And whatever was going to happen tonight, we're going to put Sam Gallagher and Izzy on for 30 minutes as part of their rehabilitation. So that was good.
What did you make of the impacts made by that pair tonight?
Yes, I mean, they're obviously a bit rusty. First time they've played for a bit, but Sam had a chance, and Izzy made some pretty good forward runs.